Hello there friends, CS2 NEWS Live here. Well, not actually. Say hello to CS2 NEWS HUB. We've made a big move. We officially rebranded, and starting from now, we're diving fully into CS2. If you know, you know. Don't worry though, nothing's changing. It's the same team, the same energy, the same news, just with a fresh new look. Guys, we're incredibly grateful to everyone who's been with us on this journey. No matter if you joined just lately or if you've been with us for a couple of years. You guys are the best community out there, and we're just getting started. From now on, more content and better content. So, without further ado, let's get straight to it. In today's episode, Astralis is on the verge of collapse, s1MPLE's got a new team, and the Vitality era has officially begun. Plus, a bunch of other wild CS2 stories you don't wanna miss. Now, let's get to the news. I think we shall start today's episode with the latest updates on Astralis, and yeah, it's not looking good. This time it comes from Richard Lewis, who shared that some of the club's directors have been leaking info to journalists since 2024. Why? Well, basically because they're known for a while that the org isn't going to survive, and they're just hoping to sell off the remaining assets for a decent price. Despite trying to offload the roster, they haven't found a serious buyer, and now their goal is just to say goodbye to the lineup right after the Austin Major. Or maybe even before that. Things are so tight that Astralis already laid off a huge part of their staff just to cover salaries for the CS squad. And as for why they picked up Hooksy, it's basically simple. He was a free agent, so they didn't have to spend a dime. One of Richard Lewis's sources even dropped a bold quote: "Astralis needs to die for Danish CS to be reborn." Right now, potential buyers could include Middle Eastern investors or private individuals who are interested in relaunching the brand. But if that doesn't happen, Astralis will sell the roster, and that will be the end. And sadly, if they don't deliver in Astana, that end might come sooner than anyone expected. While some orgs are just falling apart, others are, well, placing bets again. Lerich, the CEO of Aurora, is making headlines. As you remember from our previous episodes, he helped Nemiga with visas, as well as Tnir, the player of Heroic. This time he made a crazy deal with the Nemiga roster. He gave them CS skins worth around $1 million, and if they make it to the playoffs, they will keep them. But if they won't make it to top 8, the entire team will go to some farm to harvest potatoes. Yeah, for real. Here's what each player got. Khan has Gungnir and Hedge Maze gloves. Zweih has Dragon Lore and Hedge Maze gloves as well. Lear got Butterfly Knife Ruby and Crimson Kimono gloves. Hunter got Pandora's Box gloves and M9 Bayonet Ruby. Risky Bob got AK-47 Wild Lotus and Karambit Emerald. And that's not all. If Nemiga do reach playoffs, Lerich promised to run a giveaway on Aurora for an M4A4 Howl and a Butterfly Knife Sapphire. And if they don't, the prize for the giveaway will be, as you guessed it, a bag of potatoes picked by the Nemiga boys themselves. On a side note, potatoes are harvested in autumn, so I guess they will have to wait. And to take it even further, zweih said that if they qualify, he will personally give away his AWP Dragon Lore to one lucky fan. Before we move on to the next news, let me tell you about CSGO Fast, as they're turning 10 years. CSGO Fast is the oldest and most trusted website in the history of CS skin games. Feel like gaming is unfair to you? On CSGO Fast you can open tons of profitable cases and pull that dream skin you've always wanted. They've got a huge variety of games, including intense case battles. You can even invite a friend and win together. Surely you all love raffles. CSGO Fast runs free raffles every 6 hours, giving away skins to random participants. Plus, they regularly host special events. Right now is their 10-year anniversary. Just look at the prizes up for grabs. And if you're a true CS veteran, you already know the community has trusted CSGO Fast for years. That's why they have a loyalty system for regular users and a ranking system with extra bonuses. Do I even need to mention skin prices? You already know they're awesome. And if you don't want to deposit, no problem. You can always use the referral system to earn points. Use promo code CSGO NEWS Live to get plus 10% to your deposit and a free case. The link will be in the pinned comment. And since we're already talking about skins, we have to mention this. For his birthday, m0NESY received a pretty insane gift, a pair of sports gloves hedge maze field tested. The present came from streamer Avalon from Eastern Europe, and they're worth somewhere between $15,000 and $20,000. And yeah, Ilya's been rocking them non-stop ever since. Guys, let's be honest, who wouldn't want a birthday gift like that? Speaking of m0NESY's current main rival, ZywOo shared what he plays in his free time. Well, and it turns out pretty simple. According to Matthew himself, he spends a lot of time playing the latest version of World of Warcraft. And he knows that might stir up some hate because the WoW community is split between the classic purists and the retail players. Guys, can you guess ZywOo's camp? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's playing retail, so the current version of World of Warcraft. Matthew says he plays around 3 or 4 hours a day, usually late at night with a friend, since they're in different time zones. He said that back in the day he also played a lot of Rocket League and a French MMORPG called Dofus. Or Dofus? Honestly, the only thing I wanna know is, where does this guy find the time? Vitality plays non-stop, wins everything and grinds like crazy. And he also got a girlfriend. And somehow he still fits in WoW sessions? I mean, he definitely has 30 hours a day, doesn't he? And speaking of a dude who's sitting out, we have to talk about s1MPLE. It looks like something's brewing. And I'm not talking about his rap things. Sasha himself hints about something. On his Telegram channel, he shortly wrote tomorrow, meaning the 5th of May. Later, there were some rumors that s1MPLE might join BC Game and play together with Perfecto, but I'm not really sure. I just remind you that he called this team trash. But as it turned out, it was all just one big fake. After all, in reality, one tier 1 team decided to go all in. They benched their sniper and took s1MPLE. Officially, no fakes. Who could have gone on such a gamble, you might ask? Well, of course, Kerrigan. Literally just when we were finishing the editing, the news dropped. Faze clan benched Broky and took s1MPLE on loan in his place. The entire community is in shock, but, well, m0NESY is happy though. I don't know guys, it's just epic. My friends, what do you think about s1MPLE in Faze clan? Write your thoughts in the comments below, let's discuss. I mean, this time, Kerrigan strengthened the roster before the major and did it in style. s1MPLE will attend IEM Dallas and the Blast Major. And I guess we should wish good luck not to Faze but to their future opponents. Kerrigan, though, decided to clear things up on X. Here's what he wrote. Roughest benching of my career. Something had to be done, and I want to highlight that this is not a blame on Broky. The lineup didn't work, and I used all my experience, but with this, we throw a Hail Mary at the major. Long term, we have no idea yet what's gonna happen. I should also mention this. Meanwhile, Dexter began to warm up his followers. He launched a stream and said that he's gonna join a new team soon because he's in full shape and he just doesn't want to miss everything out. Obviously, a lot of people thought that he was gonna join Faze, but, well, in the end, no, he didn't. Although there is speculation that he will join Liquid. But if you thought that was it, due to personal reasons, Rain will be unavailable to attend IEM Dallas 2025. So Faze will be working with Skullz instead. But don't worry guys, Rain will be back to the team as soon as possible. Sticking with the Oppers, Jame finally shared the full story behind his exit from Virtus.pro. According to him, just 3 days after getting knocked out of the major, he already knew he will be benched. He admitted it was a tough period. He didn't really know what to do or where next to go. He got offers from 3 different teams, but only Parivision were ready to buy him out immediately. And that, he says, was the key factor. In James' words, losing an entire season in esports can be career-defining, so the chance to keep playing without sitting out was everything for him. And now, finally, let's wrap it up with the results of Blast Rivals. Once again, the tournament delivered a ton of crazy matches. We will quickly go over the semifinals and then jump straight into the brutal grand final. First up, MOUZ versus Falcons. The MOUZ picked Nuke and started strong, taking the pistol round and then and the force buy. But just the moment Falcons had money, MOUZ completely vanished. The Sheikh's team won 5 rounds in a row and took the lead with ease. MOUZ managed to recover and respond with 3 of their own, evening things out. Still, Falcons grabbed a few more before the halftime. After the side switch, MOUZ went on a massive comeback. They won nearly every round and even got to the map point. But Falcons weren't ready to give up the map. They pulled themselves together, forced overtimes, and closed it out on MOUZ's pick. Next came Dust 2 by Falcons. And honestly, there's not much to say. That nuke loss mentally shattered MOUZ. They had no answer in the first half and they went down 2-10. After the side switch, they showed a little life and won 3 rounds in a row, but it was too late. Falcons took it 2-0 and once again, MOUZ will miss the finals. The second semifinal was Vitality versus Team Spirit. And well guys, this one started with a bang. Map 1 was Mirage, and let's be real, Spirit are probably gonna have nightmares about this one. 1-11 in the first half. Vitality just crushed them and no one saw it coming. To their credit, Spirit did try to fight back. They won 6 rounds after the side switch. And for a moment it looked like they might actually pull off the comeback, but Vitality found the gap in their defense and closed it out, together with the map. Then came Nuke, picked by Vitality. And again, Spirit had a rough start, not as bad as on Mirage, but still found themselves down 2-6. Luckily, they managed to rally before the half and brought it back to 7-5. After the switch, Vitality grabbed 3 more rounds. Spirit responded with a short streak of their own, but they just didn't look confident enough. In one round, they nearly lost a 1v4 to Apex, who just had a USP.
It is Apex from a vent that is yet to be busted open. He announces himself to everybody and no way, no way.
Kills.
Moments like that add up, and in the end, Vitality hit match point and seals the deal. And it was it. Spirit will pack their bags and go home. Meanwhile, this win also puts Vitality ahead of Team Liquid's win streak from their own mini era. But, well, here's the catch. Liquid's streak was mostly best of ones against non-top 30 teams. Meanwhile, Vitality did it almost entirely in best of 3s, mostly against top 30 opponents. Now they only have Ninjas in Pyjamas' record ahead, with 60 matches. But unfortunately, to beat that, Vitality will have to, like, grind tier 2 or tier 3 tournaments, just like Ninjas in Pyjamas did back in the days? I don't really believe that they will do it. Now, finally, let's get to the grand finals, another epic clash between Falcons and Vitality. But before we jump into the game itself, let's talk about something interesting. What actually makes this Falcons lineup different from the old G2 when Nico and m0NESY played together there? Obviously, it comes down to simple things. 2 simple things: the IGL and the coach. According to m0NESY, Kexon is way more structured than Snax. He knows when to play slower, he's less chaotic, and he's confident in his calls. Most importantly, his voice is the final word. And yeah, this is m0NESY quote-unquote. And as for the coach, here's what we learned from Swanee. Taz was more of a vibes coach. Meanwhile, Zonic is all about mentorship. He supports the players, he stays honest with them, and builds trust. And that's exactly what lets him build strong team chemistry. And, well, it kinda makes sense. When G2 started breaking apart after their issues with JKS, they basically dug themselves into a deeper hole, swapping a solid IGL for Snax and a mentally strong tactical coach for a fun guy like Taz. No offense, G2 fans, because now you see Falcons, even with barely any practice together with m0NESY, are in back-to-back finals. Also, right before the match, a Blast reporter tried to stir up some trash talk between ZywOo and m0NESY, but both of them saw through it instantly and ended up teaming up against the host, jokingly threatening to beat him up for such silly questions. And then came the match, which started with the same map veto as the last time they faced off. Inferno and Train from Vitality, Dust 2 and Mirage from Falcons, and a classic Nuke as the decider. Inferno basically was Vitality's fortress. They had 100% win rate on the map. Last time, Falcons got absolutely stomped here, 13-2. So could things go different? Oh yeah, guys, big time. Falcons came out swinging, taking the first 3 in a row. Then was some back and forth, both teams trading rounds, but just before the halftime, Vitality answered back and they got 3-round streak of their own. So it was 6-6, but after the side switch, Falcons took complete control. Vitality barely managed to scrape together 3 isolated rounds, while Falcons won 5 straight and never looked back.
Orange, timing is key, and he nails it! So what do you know? Falcons strike first.
m0UZ was a standout. He had 1.54 rating on this Inferno and put an end to Vitality's 16-match win streak on this map. Next up was Dust 2, the signature of Falcons. The last time, they won it, with overtimes, but this time, it wasn't about them. Vitality took the lead from the very start, and they never let it go. Robs and ZywOo were just tearing through the Falcons lineup. The score was 9-3. After the side switch, Falcons tried to mount a comeback and cut the lead to 9-6. But then came one of the craziest clutches of the tournament.
Apex slips up, hits the headshot on the one, kicks in, 2 seconds, knifes out, kill him, gets
He got it, put the one!
Bomb pops, Vitality, barely!
Apex pulled off a 1v4, finishing with a knife kill on Kexon milliseconds before the defuse. That was the final blow. Vitality shut it down and moved on to the next map, with the momentum on their side. Train is the newest map in the pool, but both teams have been learning it fast. Although, while Falcons still need to fully integrate m0UZ into the system, Vitality already looked pretty comfortable on it. The match started close, as expected. Nico even dropped a quadro in round 2, but Vitality recovered their economy fast and started picking up rounds, eventually taking the lead on T-side, which is no small feat on Train. After the side switch, Falcons won the pistol round, and that was it. Their T-side completely fell apart. They just couldn't get past Flames and the rest of the Vitality defense. So the Bees took the lead. Then came Mirage, one of Falcons' best maps, but also a playground where Vitality loved to put on a show. Last time Falcons won it, which is kinda ironic considering Nico and m0UZ never played it in G2 since it was a perma-ban back then, but this time it promised to be a banger from the start. Falcons took the pistol round, then they lost the force buy, but then TaSys clutched a 1v2 that swung the momentum hard.
Gets away from him, but he still connects, and now it's low health here for ZywOo. He finishes it off.
They got to 4-1, and although Vitality pushed back to nearly tie it, Falcons kept their foot on the gas. They pulled to 9-3, and m0UZ together with Magisk even clutched a crazy 2v3 in the final seconds. After the side switch, Falcons won 3 straight and hit the map point at 12-3. Easy close, right? They're not gonna slip at 12-3, right, guys? Well, 9 rounds in a row from Vitality. They pushed the game into overtimes. Can you believe it? From 12-3 to 12-12. But the funniest part was, once they got to OTs, Falcons dropped only 2 rounds and closed the map. So once again, the series came down to the decider, Nuke. Last time, Vitality completed a huge comeback on this map to win the series. So the question was, would history repeat itself? It all started with a quadro from ZywOo in the pistol round. Falcons answered back with a force buy, but after that, it was 6 straight for Vitality. Luckily, Falcons managed to pick up a few before the half ended, so it wasn't a complete disaster. But after the switch, Vitality came out swinging again. They took 4 more rounds. Falcons tried to come back with 3 in a row, but it wasn't enough. This time, no crazy OTs. Vitality just closed it out and won another final, which makes it 5 tournaments in a row for them, and they're still not slowing down. ZywOo picked another MVP, and Apex said in an interview that they're still hungry. And right now, their main goal isn't the major, it's beating Aurora, the ex-Eternal Flyer. As for now, Vitality will take a break. They will skip Astana and head out for some well-earned rest. Apex said he's going to Italy and plans to completely unplug from CS. But, well, I guess I know what ZywOo will be doing. farming some creeps in World of Warcraft. And, well, according to analysts, if Vitality keep playing like this, they could break the NIP's legendary win streak I mentioned before in just about 4 months, with only 35 matches to go. As for the Falcons themselves, the post-match reactions felt all too familiar. Nico tweeted that he's deeply disappointed in himself and his own performance. Tassus admitted the team lacked coordination and individual impact, while Monasis simply said, "We just need to practice more." And, well, while the Falcons are still trying to figure out how to stop Vitality, MOUZ Snake may have already found the answer.
Приеду, блядь, разнесу ваше логово блядское, блядь. Ты меня понял, да?
That's all for today, thank you for watching. Guys, please tell us in the comments below how you like the new design, and tell us for how long have you been with us. Also, if you're a new guy here, don't forget to follow the channel and hit the like button. And, well, I'm not saying goodbye for a long time. See you soon.